Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young man named Leo. He was not the strongest, nor the smartest, nor the richest. But Leo had a dream, to become the most successful person in his village. He watched the great men and women of his time, the ones who had built empires, written books, and changed the world. He wondered, what makes them different? One day, Leo decided to seek answers. He packed a small bag and set off on a journey to meet the wise old sage who lived on the mountain. The sage was known for his wisdom, and many said he understood the secrets of success. After days of walking, Leo reached the sage's humble hut. The sage, a quiet man with kind eyes, welcomed him. "Tell me," Leo asked, "what is the mindset of the most successful people?" The sage smiled and poured 2 cups of tea. "Success is not about luck or talent alone," he said. "It is about how you think, how you act, and how you see the world. Let me tell you a story. Many years ago, there was a merchant named Elias. He was not born rich. In fact, he started with nothing but a small cart selling fruits. But Elias had one quality: he never blamed the world for his problems. When rain ruined his fruits, he did not complain. Instead, he built a roof over his cart. When other merchants raised their prices, he found ways to sell cheaper without losing quality. He did not wait for luck. He created his own. Leo listened carefully. "So successful people do not complain?" he asked. The sage nodded. "They take responsibility. They do not say, 'This is too hard.' They ask, 'How can I make this easier?'" The sage continued his story. Elias faced many failures. Once, his entire stock was stolen. Another time, a fire burned his shop. But every time, Elias stood up again. He did not see failure as the end. He saw it as a lesson. "Failure is not the opposite of success," the sage said. "It is part of success. The most successful people fail more than others because they try more." Leo thought about this. He had always feared failure. He avoided risks because he did not want to look foolish. But now he understood. Failure was not something to fear. It was something to learn from. The sage then spoke of patience. "Success does not come overnight," he said. He told Leo about a farmer who planted a seed and watered it every day, even when he saw no growth. Months passed, and still nothing. The farmer's neighbors laughed. "Why waste time on a seed that does not grow?" Then one day, a small green shoot appeared. Years later, it became the tallest tree in the village. "Successful people think long-term," the sage said. "They do not give up when results are slow. They trust the process." Leo realized he had been impatient. He wanted quick results. But now he saw that great things take time. Next, the sage spoke of focus. He told the story of a sculptor who worked on a single statue for 10 years. People asked him why he did not make many statues to sell. He replied, "I do not want to make many things. I want to make one thing perfect." That statue later became famous and was placed in the king's palace. "Successful people do not chase every opportunity," the sage said. "They choose one path and master it. They say no to distractions." Leo had always jumped from one idea to another. Now he understood. Success required deep focus. Finally, the sage spoke of gratitude. He told Leo about a wealthy king who had everything but was never happy. One day he met a poor beggar who smiled all the time. The king asked, "How can you be happy with nothing?" The beggar replied, "Ye wake up every day grateful to be alive. That is enough." "The successful people do not wait to be happy," the sage said. "They find joy in the journey. They appreciate what they have while working for more." Leo left the mountain with a new understanding. Success was not about magic or secrets. It was about mindset, taking responsibility, learning from failure, being patient, staying focused, and staying grateful. Years later, Leo became the most successful man in his village. People asked him his secret. He smiled and said, "It is not about what you have. It is about how you think." Maybe so. The young man who once wondered about success now lived it, not because he was special, but because he chose the right mindset. The end.